mucopolysaccharides. Now mucopolysaccharides are also known as glycosaminoglycans. These glycosaminoglycans or GAGs are a part of proteoglycans, which is basically a core protein to which the GAGs are bound to. Now these are not to be confused with glycoproteins. The glycoproteins, protein is the major constituent, and in proteoglycans your GAG is the major constituent, your carbohydrate, indirectly speaking. So your GAGs are negatively charged, unbranched heteropolysaccharides. So basically, if this is your core protein, these are your GAGs. They are very unbranched. Now, with that out of the way, we have to understand the repeating unit. The repeating unit here is a disaccharide. So basically, two monosaccharides which are modified. Let's take this example. This is your cyclic structure of glucose. Now, if you pay attention, this hydroxyl group is replaced by an amino group. So this becomes glucosamine. Similarly, your galactose yields galactosamine. Now here, to this methyl group, there is a hydroxyl group that is attached. Now this is changed to COOH. So this becomes glucuronic acid. So again, to emphasize, the repeating unit is a disaccharide unit, wherein the monosaccharides are modified. You have an amino sugar and a acidic sugar, which are also known as uronic acids. Now these are some examples of your mucopolysaccharides. Mucopolysaccharides and GAGs are the same thing and can be used interchangeably. Okay, now hyaluronic acid, chondroitin sulfate, keratin sulfate, heparin sulfate and dermatin sulfate. Now hyaluronic acid is the principal GAG in the body. All these GAGs form a part of your extracellular matrix or ground matrix and provide strong structural integrity. Now hyaluronic acid is present in skin, synovial fluid, vitreous humor and many other places. Chondroitin sulfate, remember that chondroid or chondro principally means cartilage. So your chondroitin sulfate 4 and 6, I guess, yeah, they would be in your cartilage. Keratin sulfate, the first, there are two types of keratin sulfate. The type 1 was isolated in cornea and type 2 was isolated in cartilage. Now the thing to remember with keratin sulfate is that there is no uronic acid moiety here. Instead it has galactose. So instead of amino sugar and acidic sugar, there is a sugar and amino sugar in your keratin sulfate. In heparin, which is present in mast cell, lung and skin and is involved in inflammation, various other reactions. Heparin sulfate and dermatin sulfate are present in skin. Now the clinical relevance of these GAGs is that they are degraded by your lysosomal enzymes. In absence of these lysosomal enzymes, these GAGs or mucopolysaccharides tend to accumulate and produce a constellation of symptoms. These conditions are given an umbrella term of mucopolysaccharidosis. Now there are many mucopolysaccharidosis. The two important ones are listed here: Hurler syndrome and Hunter syndrome. Hurler syndrome is your MPS type 1 and Hunter syndrome is your MPS type 2. Now the enzyme defects are important here. In your Hurler syndrome, it is L-iduronidase, and in Hunter syndrome, it is iduronate sulfatase. Okay. Now the inheritance pattern in Hurler syndrome is autosomal recessive. In fact, all the other mucopolysaccharidosis are inherited in a AR fashion, with the exception of Hunter syndrome, which is inherited in a X-linked recessive manner. Okay, now these are the symptoms. These can be remembered. They are almost similar for both Hunter and Hurler, but with the exception of corneal clouding and inguinal hernia. For For corneal clouding, you can remember that a hunter to hunt should have a clear cornea. So there is no corneal clouding in Hunter syndrome. The mucopolysaccharides which get accumulated are heparin sulfate and dermatan sulfate. Thank you.